Honestly, I really don't want to do this. I think the problem is that I just don't have the equipment, and I don't have the software, and I don't have the knowledge about how to do this right. Yeah, that's really hard for me. Doing something. And it seems like everywhere I go, there's like no place that I can just be alone and process things. Like, it's one of the hardest things this past like 3 months is like no time to process things. Like, we had training camp, and I still haven't gone through my notes and like spent time processing things. So that's been hard. And then like I feel like I have some skill in writing, so I don't necessarily need to edit too much when I write. I can kind of like formulate in my mind and start writing, and like just see how God uses that to start formulating a story and then post it. And I feel really confident about that. Especially as the more I write and the more feedback I get and the more I see God using what I'm writing, then I feel pretty confident about it. But with video, there's like, I don't know how to edit. I don't have software. And I don't feel like I'm like super interesting in person. I just feel like I'm awkward and weird, and yeah. So I think that's going to be one of my challenges this year, is to to push myself out of the box of what I can control and what I know, because I like it when I can know exactly what I'm doing and how to do it. That makes things really easy for me. So we're supposed to do a video about external or internal ministry. I just spent 4 days in the airport, sitting on a chair and meeting random people and just letting my schedule be God's and seeing what He was going to do with me. And actually, mainly that reason why I was like stuck in the airport was totally foolish blunder on my part. So I don't even know if you can hear me, but basically I put in the dates to buy my airplane ticket, and then after buying the cheapest ticket that was on there, I realized that I didn't look at what date the ticket I actually bought was, because sometimes it gives you an option for an alternative cheaper date. And I ended up buying a ticket that was 4 days early. But God did some really cool things. I ended up just like having no expectations and just having the goal of being there and being available to what God had. And actually, I like ended up meeting an Ethiopian guy who got to share about some of his cultural customs and share about his feelings about me coming to his country and like sharing the gospel. And I got to like meet a guy from Argentina, and who we both had to do a bunch of body language. There was a lot of laughter, and we got to just I got to help him out while he was stuck in the airport because he didn't know any English. And I got to meet a guy from China who told me that he's part of the Communist Party, and we got to talk about God, and he left the airport with a Bible that I was able to give him, and he was like really grateful and said, "Hey, I'm gonna read this." So that was like really super cool. I spent so much time in the airport that I finished both books that I had brought. And since I had finished them, I didn't want to bring them with me. And I tried to find a post office, but there wasn't a post office around. And a random girl who came and sat next to me said, "Oh, I will totally be willing to take those and mail them home for you." I was like, what? So I guess what I want to say is my story right now is one of just seeing God be totally amazing and blowing up my anticipation and expectation of what he's going to do this year, which is so cool.